Okay, we'll get to your first question. It'll be from Joe Bettner with the Norman transcript, and then we'll go to Jason Kersey.
Okay.
Joe, go ahead.
Eric, thanks for your time, man. Wanted to ask you just about the process of coming to Oklahoma, what that relationship is like with, deciding that you want to come here and playing for a guy like Lincoln Riley and Demarco Murray.
It's been a great experience coming here. Just deciding to come here. I kind of knew from the jump that this was the place I wanted to come to. Just looking at the past years, you see how great the offense is. I saw myself how great I could fit into the offense. Just playing, like you said, playing for a guy like Lincoln Riley and having a position coach like Demarco Murray, someone who's played in the league, who's been there before. It's just all around amazing.
Thanks, man.
We'll go to Jason Kersey of The Athletic, and then Ryan Aber.
Hi, Eric. It's good to meet you. I wanted to ask you just about coming here with two of your teammates. I think it sort of is unusual that three guys from one school go to another.
Right.
Was that all sort of a coincidence? Did you guys do that together? How did that happen?
It was definitely a coincidence. We all didn't even talk about it. It kind of just happened. But, you going away from home, but being able to have two teammates that you've previously been on the team with, it makes it all better. It makes, because you guys can gel and learn from each other. But it was definitely not planned. It was a coincidence for everybody just to come here.
Thank you.
Ryan Aber of The Oklahoman, and then Eric Bailey.
Eric, good to meet you. Wanted to ask you about working with Demarco Murray. What's that been like? How's that relationship developed? And just, what are some of the things that stand out to you about him as a coach?
Well, first off, he's done a great job since the short time I've been here, learning a lot. He's been in the league. He knows what it takes to get there. So you see a lot of that on the field. You see a lot of the little things, paying attention to little details like alignment, assignment, just making sure you're doing all the little things to make sure you know what to do in the play. That's kind of what stands out. The details that he worries about that's obviously what you need in the league to be successful.
Appreciate it, Eric. Good to meet you.
You too.
Okay, Eric Bailey, Tulsa World, and then Bob Prisbillo.
Eric, welcome to Norman, man.
Appreciate it.
Wanted to ask you just what are your thoughts on this running backs room that you're entering? In particular, I wanted to ask you about Kennedy Brooks. He's, kind of the elder statesman in that room. What's it been like developing a relationship with him?
It's definitely been a great running back room. They've welcomed me since I've been here, just trying to show me the ropes, show me the offense. Kennedy, KB has been a great asset to learn from. He's been in the offense. He's been here. He's succeeded in the offense. So just learning from him and just the little things that he's learned over the years, just him teaching me, he's really helped me out a lot.
Eric, thanks a bunch. Have a good weekend, man.
You too.
Bob Prisbillo, Sooner Scoop, and then Chandler Engelbrecht.
Eric, we talk a lot about the 2021 class had to make their commitment decisions without having visited campus. So same thing sort of for transfers too. How tough was it to build a comfortable enough relationship to know that Norman's where you want to go?
It's definitely tough because it's unusual. It's not how you were in high school. You can't in high school you get to take all these visits and then you ultimately decide. But now, because of the dead period, you can't really visit anymore. So it's kind of like you got to go on instinct. You gotta trust God. You gotta really think and plan out what you really want. And ultimately, from the jump, it was kind of something telling me that Oklahoma was the best place for me.
Chandler Engelbrecht, OU Daily, and then John Hoover.
Hey, Eric, thanks for your time today. Just curious, you coming in here, Norman's totally new to you. Is it starting to feel like home yet?
It definitely is. I've been here since around February. It's April now. It's starting to settle in. I'm starting to settle in here, learning the streets, learning where to eat, where to go, where to hang out. It's starting to feel like home. It's starting to feel like somewhere that, I like to be a lot.
John Hoover with SI Sooners, and then James Hale.
Eric, it's good to see you. So Demarco, when I asked him about you, he had said that you're, a true pro on and off the field. He said you're smart. He also remarked on your versatility coming out of the backfield, maybe playing special teams. I said, Demarco, does he remind you of you? And he said, yeah, it kind of does. That maybe him being a versatile back, the way he was, led the NFL in rushing, and you look at his stats at OU and he's #1 all time in touchdowns and all purpose yards. How much do you want to learn from him in your short time here?
I definitely want to learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's, like I said, he's been there. He's been to the highest level and he's succeeded well at it. So learning from him, you know, you just learn what it takes to succeed and what it takes to be good at it. Like you said, he's the number one all-time touchdown. So, you know, he teaches you how to get those touchdowns, how to get those extra yards to just to be ultimately the best player you can be.
He's pretty demanding. What's been your secret to being versatile? Why are you so versatile? Why would you classify yourself that way?
I believe it's just a God-given talent for me. That's all glory to God there. Just as a young, my dad was a football coach, so teaching me while I was young, you know, how to cut off bags, how to cut off people, being able to catch out of the backfield. It's just something I was God-given with.
Oh, cool. Eric, thanks.
No problem.
Okay, we'll go to James Hale with KREF and then Joey Helmer.
Hey, Eric, it's great to meet you. Great to see you, man. And it seems like I've watched every one of your games at Tennessee, so I have a feel for how you run, but I'm curious how you feel you run. What is Eric Gray's running style that you're bringing to Oklahoma?
I believe I am a third down back that can do it all. I can get the hard yards on 3rd and 1, but I can also take it to the house and make someone miss. I feel like I've trained myself to do it all. I've learned the ropes through my past seasons of just being able to train myself to do it all. Can block out of the backfield, can line up out of the backfield and catch the ball. I feel like I can do it all. Did
those games at Tennessee get you ready for anything that you're going to face, in college football, or you still have a lot to learn?
Right. Definitely. You always got a lot. You always got something to learn. Always something to get better on. But definitely playing in that league, you're ready for anything for sure.
Thanks, Eric.
Joey Helmer, OU Insider, and then Ryan Chapman.
Hey, good to see you, Eric. I'm sure having a couple of former teammates at Tennessee obviously made this transition easier for you, but you specifically, how much did you know about Oklahoma coming out of high school? And I know you said it was kind of the right place for you, but why did you decide on Oklahoma?
You know, out of high school, I wasn't really recruited by Oklahoma. I didn't really take a visit to Oklahoma. So when I got in the transfer portal, it was all new to me. You know, looking at Oklahoma, I only could look at like what I've seen. I can only look on YouTube and look at games, or because Wanye was the first one to actually commit, so I could talk to Wanye about his thoughts on it and what he thought. But ultimately, it was, sitting down with my parents, looking at the schools, and we're like, what's going to be the best offense to fit you? What's going to be the best offense that you can get in and have the opportunity to go meet your goals? And ultimately, Norman was the place for me.
Yeah, a few more, Eric. We've got Ryan Chapman with the franchise, and then Josh Calloway.
Hey, Eric. Nice to meet you. So when we talked to Demarco, he was saying that one area he's honing in on with you is helping your pass protection come along. Is that something that Kennedy's been helping you with? Have you watched a lot of tape of Ramondre Stevenson from last year? Like what's that process been like for you guys?
The process has been good, just honing and doing it every day at practice. That's something new here, working on pass protection every day in practice, just different techniques, learning how to keep your hands inside, learning how to, use your leverage, use your hips, explode out of your hips on contact. That's just a lot of stuff that all of the guys have been teaching me. KB, DeMarco does a really good job of teaching that. We do a really good job of live reps going against the linebackers in pass protection. So I definitely think it's helping me a lot.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
The last two questions, Josh Calloway, Sooners Wire, and then Lee Benson.
Yeah, Eric, kind of following the same mold of, or the same theme of what kind of a mold of a running back you are. Is there any guys at the next level in the NFL, one or two, or however many, that you kind of look at as that's kind of how you want to play and what you can be at the next level or wherever?
Right. So when people ask me that question, I always like to say that I try to model my game after Barry Sanders. But for someone now in the league, I would say like probably Saquon Barkley. It's kind of where I look at. He's a great runner.
Appreciate it.
Okay, Lee Benson, you've got the last one.
Eric, I'm just curious, the biggest changes and differences from coming from the Tennessee offense with Coach Chaney, and now you talked about Coach Riley, and you're excited about playing under an offense like that. You probably saw a lot of video and stuff before you transferred. What have been the biggest changes from that Tennessee offense to Oklahoma? Because Coach Murray mentioned that this offense is really complicated, and it sounds like you're catching along pretty quickly.
Just learning. It's just different nuances, different terminology. That's really what it is. Learning to be patient in his offense. You know, the SEC, everything moves so fast. The offense moves fast. So just learning to slow down, and you don't have to hit the hole so fast. You can be patient, set up your blocks. Different things like that have been the things to work on since I've been here.